Now I want to replay the other games as well, just so I can remember more details.
It's our 3-month anniversary today.
That's mad. I feel like I've been coming here for years.
How are you?
It's his job to know how I'm doing. He knows me better than anyone. Why does he have to ask? Honestly, I don't have an answer. But that's probably not what he wants to hear. He wants to know that what he's doing is helping. He's probably expecting me to say I feel better. It's been 3 months. That is some sort of milestone, I guess. Maybe I do feel better. I honestly don't know.
That's fine. It's still early. The fact that you don't remember anything makes it hard to quantify progress, but it's not just about that. Maybe you will remember. Maybe you won't. But you want to remember. That's what's important.
Okay.
Do you agree with that, Zoe?
And potentially lose everything I've built here? I guess it's a risk I'll have to take. I know there's something I need to remember, something I'm supposed to be doing. It's always at the back of my mind. Until I figure that out, I can't find peace. And potentially lose everything I've built here? I'm not sure that's a risk I want to take. And I do. I can't stand feeling there's something I need to remember.
But you don't remember what it is.
I have no idea. So I have to find out.
I understand, okay. Let's see if we can do an exercise. Jog your memory. What is the last thing you do remember?
It's vague, like a dream. But I do remember some things. Fragments. Going back 1.5 years before it all started. It's all a bit hazy, to be honest. It's like my memory loss is eating away at the edges, growing bigger. I remember some of it.
What do you remember?
Razor vanishing. Me going after him, trying to track him down. I ended up in Newport. I have memories of sneaking into a house filled with drug addicts. It's like remembering a movie where I'm the star. Doing things that feel completely foreign to me. It doesn't even feel like I did those things. It's almost like I was just an observer. I remember being in a safe place and connecting to a dream machine, but that's where it ends.
And before that? Before leaving Casablanca?
Dad was going away. I was throwing a party. Then Reza asked me to pick up a package. That's what set it all in motion. That and the static.
Do you remember what that turned out to be?
After I woke up, they filled in the blanks. Apparently it was some sort of glitch, or virus. Rogue code infecting the worldwide wire. Someone at Waticorp was using the dream machine to read people's minds. Someone I'd met.
Kavanagh.
Damien Kavanagh. That's right. The man behind it all. The perpetrator of the conspiracy. He'd put some sort of worm into the code, turning the dream machine into a mind-controlling tool affecting millions. At least that's what they say.
He recorded a confession before he... Yeah, he didn't want to rot away in a jail for the rest of his life, but at least he came clean. Absolved his employer of any wrongdoing.
Convenient.
In what way?
Oh, forget it. I don't remember any of it. All I know is they poisoned my mind. Inserted false memories. Nothing I saw or experienced was real. The little girl on the screens, the other...
The other world.
Arcadia. Another colorful figment of their imagination. A synthetic dream.
And you still remember nothing of going to Japan? Breaking into Waticorp?
Nope. I exposed a global conspiracy and all they gave me was a lousy coma. Aside from you, Reza, and my dad, no one even knows I was involved. Reza kept me out of his exposé, and even he doesn't know what really happened during the week I was gone. Maybe my friend Olivia knew something, but she passed away.
An accident.
Right. An accident. So they say. In light of everything, it felt very convenient. Again.
You feel responsible.
I went off playing teen detective and people got hurt.
A lot more people might have got hurt if you hadn't.
Who knows, Dr. Zelenka? I don't, and that's the problem. I don't know what happened, what I did, or what...
You're worried something else happened to you.
I mean, it's a week of my life. Gone.
That's what I'm here for. To help you through that. Whether you remember or not, it's a lot for one person to process on their own. Have you used a dream machine yet?
God, no. I feel nauseous just watching the ads.
They're everywhere. You can't avoid them forever.
I don't see one here.
Well, I have one at home. I don't use it.
Because of me?
No, well, not just that. They are addictive. And while I'm sure they're perfectly harmless entertainment, I worry about the long-term effects. It's becoming a disease, an addiction. I'm concerned about what these lucid, perfect dreams are doing to us. And you were connected to a prototype. There's no way to predict how that may have affected you. I'm sure they're mostly safe, but there's not enough data. I'm very concerned about the effects over time, until I know more. But maybe you should, to get over your fear.
You tell me you're worried about the long-term consequences of the dream machine, and then you suggest I try it. You're right. I probably should, but... I'll think about it.
Think about it. Have you spoken with Gabrielle yet?
No, I'm not ready to discuss my dad. We don't talk. He rented out the house, moved to Mumbai.
You don't think you need to talk to him about it?
I wanted to be just like him. That's why I went into pioneering, but... I decided to drop my pioneering degree so that I could avoid thinking about him and what he was a part of. So... No, I don't. Well, fuck, sorry. Of course I do. Maybe. Someday.
That's perfectly fine. What do you want to talk about?
Is the new series of Eurotrash a valid topic?
Why not? Our time is almost up.
That's fine. I'm working today.
How's that going?
Really good. I enjoy it. A lot.
I'm glad to hear that. You weren't so sure a month ago.
I'm learning a lot. Neural programming, artificial intelligence. It helps me feel closer to Liv. Olivia, you know? Honoring her memory. Not in a self-sacrificing way. I want to do this. I like working with Mira and Wit. For now. And with the voluntary campaign work, I feel I contribute in other ways, too.
You're keeping yourself busy and motivated. You've come a long way since we first met.
I was a real fucking wreck.
I'm not going to disagree with that, but you've come a long way.
Thank you, Dr. Zelenka.
Roman, please. Same time next week?
Definitely. Thanks, Roman. Roman.
Take care, Zoe.
Um, 3 months in therapy, still batshit crazy. Hello. I'm not complaining. The doc's doing a good job, probably. My head's a mess. I've lost over a year of memories, but I'm getting better-ish. And I do want to remember. That's probably a step in the right direction, right? At least there's that. Anyway, I spent enough time in my head today. No more psychotherapy. Dear diary, let's move forward and focus on the present. Snakes, that's a lot of... That's a lot of entries. Oh shit. Okay, let's start from the top. Tuesday, April 4th. Awake, alive, amnesiac. Doctor told me to keep a journal, said it might help me deal with not remembering. Because this might be temporary, but it might also be permanent, a whole year lost. So journal. Dictating, voice to text, expect some rambling. How to begin? Hello diary? Hello dear reader of my diary? No, I'm the only one who could be reading. I made sure of this, all the encryptions. And I'm certain I'll never read this because awkward. No matter, this is about the process of recording my thoughts, my days, my life. The days of my life. This is about remembering. So, key points. Been awake for a few days now. Still in bed most of the time, but drugs and implants and robotic appendages are helping make this a rapid recovery. A rapid physical recovery. Getting used to food. Food is lovely. They bring me the food and I eat the food. All of the food. And I eat all day. Weight gain will not be a problem. Dad wants me to join him in Mumbai. There's nothing for me here in Casablanca. An empty apartment, painful memories. I can't stay here. But live with Dad after all the things? As for my memories, not a whole lot of those. Not since before the whole ordeal, but Dad filled in a few of the gaps when I woke up. Reza vanished. I went searching for him. I discovered this what they call Dream Machine project / conspiracy, the story Reza was chasing. I also found out that my mother was involved, except I didn't know she was my mother. Also, I didn't know my mother was alive. Also, she put me in a coma. Summary. Went off after investigative journalist ex-boyfriend on silly rescue mission. Discovered corporate plot to control people's dreams. Found out my father has been lying to me all my life and that my mother isn't dead. In short, I thwarted a global conspiracy and in return, Mommy Dearest injected me with an experimental drug. It's a sordid story. I could probably sell it for 1 billion new yuan. But hey, bonus! I saved the world. Made some tasty lemonade from those pesky lemons. No, following Dad to Mumbai is not an option. I'll have to do this on my own now. Without Dad, without safety net, without memories. I'm Zoe Castillo. Awake, alive, and amnesiac. Monday, April 10th. Dear Diary, etc. 1 week. On my feet and feeling fine. Scary how quickly you can get over being in a coma for a year with the help of modern science. I barely have bed sores. So what now? Reza and I are talking about getting together again, and I've been thinking. He's living in Europolis. I'm rootless, no roots. I can go anywhere, it doesn't matter. I'm starting a new life. I get to pick where to begin. Yes, relationship. I work fast. Is this a good thing? It feels like it could be. Reza visited me almost every day when I was sick. He never stopped talking to me. He was the first thing I saw when I woke up. Okay, yes, so we broke up because it wasn't working, but that was before. This is after, and I'm different. We both are. We've both turned a page, begun a new chapter. It is a good thing. I think I will join Reza in Europolis. Why not? It will be an adventure. I love all these subtle hints to the threads and chapters and everything. Friday, April 14th. I've decided to cut off contact with Dad, at least for now. This may turn out to be a bad idea, but I'm angry and disappointed. I can't forgive him for keeping so many secrets from me for so many years. Telling me my mother was dead when she so clearly wasn't. Even if she was an evil bitch, and she is, and even if she ended up trying to kill me, and she did, that's not something you should do to your only child. You don't lie, not about that shit. I hope these feelings will pass, or maybe hope isn't the right word. I'll keep an open mind. But for now, and for the foreseeable future, he will not be a part of my life. My life right now is all about getting back on my feet. Emotionally, I'm walking just fine. And moving to Europolis to live with Reza. that's enough. For now. Monday, April 17th. Tomorrow, bye-bye Casablanca, hello Europolis. Europolis, that's so European. I've barely been to Europe. I'm not a huge fan. Rampant poverty, crime, pollution, awful food, and yet there's where I'm going. Europolis, Prague district, Provost. That was an easy choice, since that's where Reza's working. Yes, he's still with the hand that feeds, still an investigative journalist, still taking that whole saving the world thing seriously. I love him. I still don't know what I'll be doing once I get to Europolis, aside from playing house with Reza. When I woke up, I knew I didn't want to go back to school to continue my bioengineering degree. It was crystal clear to me, like I'd had that whole argument in my head while I was in the coma, and it was settled. That's fine, I'm not going to fight it. I'm just curious why my mind was set. It was odd. Saturday, April 22nd. Iris, capital letters, please. I hate Europolis. Thank you, back to lowercase. 5 reasons I hate Europolis. There's no sun. None. It's always raining. Always. There's no vegetation, no trees, no plants, no grass. None. They claim to speak English, but it's littered with slang words like Morse and bulle. I don't understand half of what they're saying. Did I mention there's no sun? Fuck this. But oh, it's fantastic and I love it. Zoe, contradictions, you're full of them. I'm starting a new chapter. I'm putting the past behind me. I'm growing up. I'm no longer defined by who I was or what I did and didn't do before the coma. That's why I love it. We've already found a place, super close to Reza's office, and we're moving in on Monday or Tuesday. Of course, we haven't actually seen the place outside of the simulation, but I'm sure it's perfect. It can be a hellhole, and it'll still be perfect. It doesn't matter how I feel about Europolis, or about the apartment, or about not having a job, or about being shit scared, because I'm here now, and this is the beginning of a new story for me. Monday, April 24th. I started therapy today. Dr. Roman Zelenka, psychotherapist. Good head of hair, dorky suit. Reza found him. He came recommended for someone at the hand. He's nice. I like him. There is chemistry. I can talk to him. He didn't push me or any of my very large buttons. Of course, it's all therapists smoke in mirrors, but I don't mind. If I don't see strings being pulled, I don't care. Also, it's a 5-minute walk from home. Convenient. On that note, I do need to start working out. The food is pretty awesome here in Propast. I'm still not quite sure what therapy is going to do. Help me remember? I don't want to remember. How much and how fast, I don't know yet. I do want to remember. I read it on my... I'll take things as they come, I guess. I'm adaptable. Adaptable Zoe. Tomorrow I start looking around for something locally. A job where I can use at least a few of my skills. Or my head. Failing that, my body, and no... no, that doesn't sound right at all. I'd prefer something in tech, but I'm not picky. Whatever comes my way, I'll manage. Thursday, April 27th. So here are the 3 facts about our tiny flat in the Sun and Shine Plaza terraces. It's tiny. It's the size of my bedroom in Casablanca, if you didn't include the balcony. It smells weird. The window looks straight into a brick wall with neon signs on it. But I love it. We have our own place. I couldn't wish for anything more. I feel liberated. I feel like myself again. Well, sort of. A forgetful, amnesiac self. Half Zoe, but a better half. Sunday, April 30th, 2220. Project Find a Friend, or 5, has begun. It sounds so desperate, but I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to try and build a life for myself here, and part of that is having friends, right? The lady with the food cart outside Dr. Zelenka's office is one of my projects. She's really weird and a bit too intense, but I like her. Nela was it? Yes, Nela. She's on my list. My list of candidates. Friends candidates. If anyone ever finds out about this list, I would have to kill them. Sully's on the list too. Sully's a friend, but he's also Reza's best friend, so I can't hijack him and make him my best friend. Also, I'm starting to think Sully might have a teensiest crush on me. He's sweet though. A true mensch. Mensch? Mensch? I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce that. Did I? No, I did not. Well, that was easy. I have a job, I think. I was in the Chinese market, what they call the bricks, because... bricks? Browsing for tea when my iris popped up with a notification about a job posting just a few blocks away. Trainee neural engineer wanted ASAP. Unreasonably long hours, shit pay. Contact Myra at the Pandemonium. I don't know, I found that intriguing. The place, Pandemonium, looked shady from the outside and even shadier on the inside, and Mira turned out to be incredibly offensive, but something about her reminded me of my friend Liv. Also, the job sounds interesting. It's a trainee position, and I'll have to do a ton of non-neural programming stuff like deliveries and bot assembly, but I think I'll learn a lot. And it's a complete left turn from me, something completely different, which is good. At the same time, it's also like I'm following in Liv's, Olivia DeMarco's footsteps, honoring her memory. She was always trying to teach me, and she kept asking me to stop working for her. Of course, back then I lacked the motivation and drive, but now I want to learn. I want to do something with my life. I don't know if this is it, but it's something, and we'll see where it goes. Mira didn't really confirm whether I got the job or not, but she also said to stop by at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, so yes? We'll see how that plays out, I guess. Her partner, Wit, didn't say a word when I was there, and Mira kept insulting him, but it didn't look like it bothered him at all. He seemed like a gentle giant. But is he mute? He didn't even look up at me once. I'm not even sure I get him yet. He is huge though. Massive. A mountain. Thursday, June 15th, 2220. I knew I wouldn't be able to keep updating my journal on a regular basis. I'm so predictable and busy. Busy me. Busy me. So an update. Yoga for my mind, an exercise in memory. Here goes. Europolis is growing on me. Okay, yes, the flat is awful. The ventilation system rarely works, it's hot, it smells weird, there's no sunlight and people talk funny. But I like the energy, I like the diversity. Casablanca was like London. Beautiful, safe, prosperous. All shiny metal and glass and polished stone. But never particularly exciting. It's exciting here, and there's history in these streets. Filthy, stinking, crumbling, fading history. But history. There are art galleries and cinemas and 1,000 million food carts. I had a pierogi for lunch and it was delicious. Sure, there are seedy sex clubs, illegal dream emporiums and people urinating on the streets. But at least it's genuine urination. Urination with gusto. I like my job. Weird, I know, I'm not using my education at all and I'm starting on the floor. Below the floor. On the sub-basement. And that's sort of refreshing, liberating. I'm learning a lot, I feel like I'm actually evolving. Maybe in 6 months, a year, I can use my newfound skills to get a good job. But for now, I like this. I've gone political. So that's pretty weird, I guess. When did Zoe ever care about politics? I hear people say it inside their heads, which means I can also read minds now. Awesome. But I both do and don't. Let me explain. Dear Diary, I'm now volunteering for a political campaign. I was browsing the wire looking for things to do locally, and there it was. An ad for a voluntary position, assisting the Lea Uminska campaign. Uminska is the mayoral candidate for Unity, the Europolitan Social Democratic Party. Hey, I thought that's a thing to do which I could also be rewarding and interesting. I read up on Unity's agenda and Uminska's track record, figured they were probably the party I'd vote for. If I voted, which I haven't, and sent my application. The next day I met Baruti, Baruti is great, more about him later. And 30 minutes later I was a volunteer with a mission. I was political. So why? It's like waking from a slumber, I guess. Or hey, maybe a coma? Before all the things, I lived in a protected bubble. I was spoiled, I was bored, I was aimless. I didn't care. But going through what I went through, losing everything and everyone, moving to a new city, it's given me perspective if nothing else. And even if I'm still not a very political person, I do see the need for change to happen. Here, everywhere. Also, meeting Baruti and seeing his engagement and passion, that's infectious. It must be amazing to care as much as he does, to sacrifice and work hard to achieve something for the greater good. I want that. I want to be able to feel that way. And the Social Democrats seem like the only ones who won't do any more harm to Europolis. How's that for idealism? As for Project Find a Friend, I'm not doing a very good job. Here are my candidates. Nila of Nila Bites. Food cart lady, Marxist, firecracker. Very loud and energetic, better in small doses. I can tolerate having lunch with her and maybe watching an old movie, not a sleepover or a day of shopping, or a night of drinking. Sully. I love Sully. Sully is the best. But he's Reza's friend and he likes me just a tiny bit too much for us to just hang out on our own without it feeling maybe a teensy bit awkward. He's still awesome. Best guy. Baruti, campaign manager guy. Yeah, maybe. He makes me smile and I have lots of fun working with him. For him. But he's my boss and we're very different. We can be friendly. We can have a drink. We can have drinks and talk about the campaign in Europolis or food, but that's as far as it goes. Mira, wit? Yeah, no. Reza? This is a depressing list. Sunday, July 23rd. I can't believe it's not sand. I read they use imported space rocks that are pulverized, processed, exposed to radiation, so hey, irony, remove radiation. Exposed radiation to remove radiation, yeah. And then they use that to make the fake beaches. Why not just use sand or earth rocks? Are space rocks so much better than earth rocks? Anyway, we're not in Europolis anymore, Toto. Trieste is exactly how I imagined Trieste would be, filled with Europolitans escaping the smog and fog and heat and rain and pollution in order to risk skin cancer on fake beaches while eating food that's a lot worse than the food in Propast in hotels made of plastic polymers. Also, swimming is out of the question. You really need to wear a hazmat suit to go swimming in the Mediterranean these days. This is a far cry from the pristine beaches of Camps Bay or Ngor or even Zanzibar. And now I miss Africa. But this trip wasn't all about that. Wasn't about all that. It was about getting away and being together and strengthening our relationship. It's been a bit rocky lately. It's been tough on Reza to have me in his space, and tough on me to jump straight from a year-long coma into a relationship. Tough all around. There have been moments where I thought, was this a good choice? Did I really think it through? Can I deal with the consequences? So yeah, we needed this. We needed more of this. We're both so busy and preoccupied in Propast that we sometimes get on each other's nerves. Here we've been able to relax, find peace and have lots and lots of awesome sex. I'm still worried. I'm worried that we'll grow apart again. I'm worried that my instincts were right the first time around, that Reza's a good friend more than he is a partner. I'm worried, but I'll leave the worrying now for another day, while I focus on soaking up these last few rays of wonderful sun. Also, can't complain about the sex. Sunday night, an update. It's really late and I have to be up really early. Reza's in the shower and I'm lying here in bed staring up to the ceiling, thinking. It was such a hassle getting back into Propast. There are eye checkpoints everywhere now, and you need to show papers just to move between sectors, which is insane. So we waited in line for almost an hour, and then we started arguing, and suddenly all the good vibes from the weekend vanished, and I felt like crying. It got better afterwards, we made up, but I can't help but feel there's something off, like we've parted Like we've started down different paths, and right now those paths are parallel, but soon they'll diverge, and then... Here's Rosa now. I think I'm overreacting. I'm so tired and grumpy. And good night. And that's the therapist thing. Right. Lots and lots of reading. I'm sorry if my pronunciation has been pretty shit. But hopefully it's okay.